I told my niece her boyfriend doesn't love her, so she cut ties with us.
Ouch.
Ooh. Background: I, 42 female, have always been close with my niece, 21 female, and have always been honest with her. 2 years ago, she started dating a useless waste of space. I struggled to even call him a boy because that would be an upgrade for this pathetic, walking, talking cell mutation.
Dang, you really don't like that guy.
I think I might know why she might have turned on you instead of her boyfriend. By the way, this comes from user Kate Washington on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, almost from day one, she has been crying to me, her mother, my sister-in-law, her grandmother, my mom, and her sisters about his poor treatment of her. Then in August of 2023, she decided to bring him up to a mini family reunion to meet about 15 family members. He walked into the house and immediately headed to the basement where he stayed all weekend. He didn't speak to us, spend any time with us, introduce himself to us, or allow us to get to know him in any way. This occurred over 2 nights and 3 days. On the final day, when he did grace us with his presence, he walked 20 feet ahead of us at a festival, including my niece, and refused to hold her hand when she tried to catch up to him and walk with him.
He sucks.
So yeah, we'll throw this guy into the cloud.
He's a walking, talking cell mutation.
Yeah, the walking, talking cell mutation. I told her then and there, you only get one chance to make a first impression, and he showed all of us that he's just not that into her. He's rude, careless, abrasive, and disrespectful. Bottom line, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Okay, Maya Angelou. She told him I said all of these things, and I became the bad guy.
Oh.
Over the past 16 months, he has not attended a single family function or holiday, and said it's because our entire family disrespected him. Bro, you disrespected them by living in their basement without saying anything to them.
You disrespected them by being a terrible person and being in their presence.
We didn't take the time to make him feel welcome when he tried to visit us, and he doesn't want anything to do with any of us. I asked him what we could have done that weekend to make him feel welcomed, and he said, I don't know. That's not for me to say. I can't tell any family how to welcome someone. That's for you to decide. So I said, yes, you can, because you're the one claiming you didn't feel welcomed, and we're trying to welcome you. So how do you feel welcome? And as you might have guessed, crickets. Nothing to say to such a sensible question. Yeah, this guy is not only is he callous and disrespectful, he's an idiot.
He's so loquacious.
So my niece has repeatedly cried to me over the past 2 years, citing the following issues. Joey told me that he doesn't want to be with me.
Oh. Joey's texting other girls.
Joey says I don't know who I am and he can't deal with that.
Joey says my family's too messed up.
Even Joey's mom says I don't deserve how he treats.
Joey's in a group chat with his family and he keeps talking bad about me to them. And when I ask him to stop, he tells me that I'm disrespecting him because he's allowed to talk about anything he wants with his family and I need to mind my own business.
Joey lets his brother come over with some girl to have spicy sleep with her so she can cheat on his wife, and I told him I'm uncomfortable, and he said that I can leave if I don't like it, and that his brother's more important than I am.
Joey says lots. Joey is loquacious.
That barely breaks the surface on the things she's reported. He won't let her sleep because she has to stay up texting him all night. Fast forward, guess who's pregnant?
No, it's Joey.
It's Joey!
Joey's pregnant, and it's yours.
I'm Joey. I'm pregnant. My niece, and not Joey. Because a baby will turn a loser into a man. Lots of history to prove that's true. She reports that he tells her to terminate the pregnancy. She's upset and calls her sister crying. Tells her mom that Joey said if she doesn't terminate, he's breaking up with her. What a classy dude. I tell her that I'm there for her and we will figure it out and she can come to me whenever. That pisses the chivalrous Joey off because I'm disrespecting him by being there for my niece. Number 14, actually 15. And a black hole for Joey.
Black eye and a black hole.
I stop hearing from her. However, they decide to keep the baby and play house like grown-ups. Fast forward to this
Whoa.
Fast forward to this weekend, I see her, my niece, for the first time in 2 months. I tell her that I've been texting her, but she hasn't been responding, and I ask her if everything is okay and that I want to throw her a baby shower. She tells me that her phone has been turned off for 6 weeks because she couldn't pay the $140 bill, which has since doubled, and with the reconnection fee is now $320. Her dad, my brother, offered to get her a phone on his plan, and she declined because Joey would have a problem with it. Oh,
Joey would have a problem with you paying for my phone bill.
I asked her why Joey didn't help her pay her phone bill, and she said she didn't know. I explained that there is problems with her being pregnant and having no phone, and a man that loved her would have a problem with that, and make sure that she had a phone with her. And perhaps this is why we wait to have kids with Mr. Right, a.k.a. husband. She said that the bill was over $300, and I pointed out that it didn't get that way overnight. It was $140, so why didn't he pay it when it was that? He lives with mommy and daddy, drives a beater. He couldn't sacrifice his devil's lettuce money to get you your phone bill paid? Sorry, but he don't love you. She said he helps me with other stuff, though. When I asked what else he helps with, she couldn't articulate a single thing. I asked her if she asked for help with the phone bill, and she said no. I asked her if she planned to ask for help with the phone bill, and she said no. I said, if you're too scared to ask for help with your phone bill, isn't that your sign that you aren't in a relationship with the right person? This is a very basic thing to go to your partner with. She got very upset with me. She immediately went back to Mr. Loser and told him everything I said, gave him my number so he could call me from his working phone to yell at me like the respect-earning man that he is. Everyone knows the most respectful gentlemen are the one that call your family and yell at them directly.
Unfortunately, she is kind of so stuck in this relationship, and even her mindset is stuck in like, oh, I need to be with Joey, that you could tell her anything and she's not going to hear it unless she chooses to. Unless she takes herself out. Yeah. Which sucks.
He told me that I'm not going to have anything to do with my great niece and to stay out of their lives. He said that he's doing the best he can. Well, if the best he can isn't able to afford $140 a month, I'm not sure how he thinks he can pay for a whole human being in a few months. Then he asked me why I didn't pay her phone bill. Your family. You're the man, according to you at least. You pay for it. You figure it out. And by the way, I want y'all to figure out that if you enjoy listening to stories like this one, you can listen to a plethora of them. All you have to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts and search OK Storytime.
Nailed it.
And you can listen to us for days.
Days.
For weeks.
Years.
For potentially, yeah, I don't know. Does someone have the exact number
Centuries.
of hours? My niece won't talk to me. Ugh. She also isn't talking to most of our family because Joey has convinced her we're all bad for her and he's the only good thing in her life. He's isolating her and following the abuse checklist to a T. So am I the a-hole for being blunt and upfront with my niece and constantly pointing out that her boyfriend doesn't love her? Should I have just kept my mouth shut about the phone like the rest of the family did, even though they all admitted thinking the same way? I was just the only one to say it out loud.
I mean, I don't think that you're the a-hole. I think that there would have been, you were trying to help. Unfortunately, she's not in a position where she can hear it.
That's the hardest part, is she can't hear it.
She can't hear
She's
it.
going to have to hear it come out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to do some like tricky private investigator work right now, or like something. You need to be able to record Joey being like, and I don't even care about this broad. I'm just...
I
she
think
wanted
even
me
if
to
he
pay a
said that,
phone bill. I said, ugh, gross.
I think even if he said that, she wouldn't believe it. I think she needs to get herself there somehow. I don't know how, but like she needs to get herself. Maybe when she has a kid, she'll snap out of it, but like we don't.
Comment number 1 says, not the a-hole, but don't give more energy than you're willing. Your advice is falling on deaf ears. You've said your piece. It's up to your niece what to do with it. It seems like she's got some thick rose-colored glasses on, and now it's on her to wake up and realize you can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. If your niece wants help, that's all on her now. You can't make yourself worried sick for someone who is clearly not going to change anytime soon. Whether or not you want to be there to help her pick up the pieces when she falls apart is up to you. However, you're not wrong for speaking your truth when no one else seems to be doing it. An important part of the people we love is that they can call us out for our bad behavior and decisions. What you choose to do now will be based entirely on your niece's actions. She will see at some point the consequences to her actions. And I agree up to a point. I think first you need to do the wildly elaborate private investigator bit.
Yeah, I don't think we explored that
And
option.
once you've done the wildly elaborate private investigator bit and you have him on record stating that he doesn't care about her, then you can give up.
Caitlin Von Comment says, yeah, I completely agree, guys. No matter what the family says, she's not going to believe. She'll have to realize it for herself, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's why. Okay. Comment number 2. You did what you can to BH, not the a-hole. Very succinct. Comment number 3. I was going to say you need to send her all those messages of how Joey treats her so bad, but she has no phone to receive them on. Good grief. I feel so sorry for the baby. And I agree, and which is, again, why we need to do an elaborate but effective private investigator plan where Joey is talking to a plant and he thinks he can actually confide in all of his relationship confessions to a man who turns out to be an undercover private investigator.
What we do here, you get the prank family, set them to good use.